And we are live.
Happy
morning.
Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday. I don't know why they call it don't get into it, but I just don't understand why it's good.
No, I don't understand what's good about it. Except
No.
having the
day
day off work. Sorry to anyone who is, more attached to the significance of today. I'm not religious, but yeah, I definitely covered it because I was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic church, went to Sunday school by my gran. Big advocate for it. And then kind of dropped off in my teenage years, but yes, not religious, but happy Good Friday to those who do celebrate it.
Yes. I don't know why you celebrate. It's not anyway.
It's not things though. Today isn't the celebration, is it? It's like Easter Sunday and then Easter Monday is the big one.
Yeah. It's like technically you're not allowed to eat your chocolate yet. It's still Lent, or your coffee or your cake or whatever you've given up. Yes. Anyway, I don't know why we got into this. I'm really sorry.
That was like such a weird detour. Anyway, WTF, Women Talking Facts, where Michelle and I get together every week and we talk about the wildest, weirdest, wackiest moments from the week that fall under the very broad, whatever we define it to be, category of misogyny.
Yeah, very, very broad, but yes.
Very, very broad. Yes. So if you've not joined us before, the format's really simple. We show some examples on the screen, we discuss it, we poke fun at it, and then we rate it out of 5. We give it a Cretin rating. And then at the end of the episode, we will crown one Cretin of the week. Although sometimes we don't, because sometimes the examples are so awful that it doesn't feel right to rate them. But sometimes we do. And then at the end, we have a category called the Fuck Around and Find Out category, where we get a bit of a giggle at somebody who is misogynistic and got their comeuppance in some way, shape or form. And we've got a couple of goodies today. One of them, I've even done a little edit, especially for today.
Exciting.
You have that to look forward to. Yes. Yeah. But that's right at the end, so you're going to have to watch all the way through if you want to see it.
Yeah. Or just fast forward if you're watching it.
Or if you're watching it on the recording, you can just fast forward to the end. But anyway, I'm Felice, founder of Loud Women. I exist to elevate women's voices, to help them to show up loudly and proudly, have impact, and fight the patriarchy that tells them to sit down and be quiet.
Awesome. And then I'm noticing you're rocking just Felice like you're like Madonna or Prince today. You don't need a surname. That's great.
No.
So yes, my name is Michelle Milliken. I am a psychologist, coach, and author of the book Good Girl Deprogramming. We look at all the ways that women and girls are trained to behave by society through the use of coercive control methods. So unsurprisingly, probably 8, 9, 10 months ago now, last summer, so we're getting nearly a year.
Yes. Yeah, I think it is.
We met and we're like talked at each other for hours, and then we realized. Then I got this lovely voice note saying, "I've been thinking, would you do this thing with me?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah,
didn't have to think about it. Yes, we'll do this.
We were literally on one of our regular calls, and we were chatting about. We were just doing the thing going, oh my God, did you see that post? She's like, yes. Oh my God, did you see this one? And we were chatting about it, pretty much what we're doing now. And then I said, you know what, this is so brilliant and we're so hilarious that we definitely should bring this to all of you lovely people. Yeah. So you get to enjoy hearing us pick apart these examples. And we want you to join in. So we want you in the comments, tell us what you think about the examples, vent your frustrations. Remember that the comments are public on LinkedIn. That's the only thing I will say.
In case you forget.
Yes, this is not a private space, unfortunately. And if you see examples that you think we would enjoy, then do send them to us. So obviously, if you're joining live, you can connect with us on LinkedIn. If you're watching this back on YouTube, there are links to both of our profiles in the description underneath. So is that everything? I think that's everything. Shall we jump in?
You're going to make me choose. Like, they're really
Do you want me
bad.
to choose this week?
Yes,
Because
please. Oh my God, they're so
make you
bad. I
choose.
can't choose any of them.
Okay, let me just. All right, we're going with Dr. Jessica.
So, in terms
Another
of
doctor.
in terms of getting shit on the internet, honestly, I just don't. I just want to give her a massive hug because fucking hell,
She's been through it.
She has been through it. She writes about how it's all about the sort of the victim and the sort of focus on the victim and why women are never believed. And your favorite quote about the like a compass points north, the wronged man will always find a woman to blame. I paraphrased it. And a actual doctor, but she gets there actually are, there's a website about like slagging off celebrities. I came across it once and I was horrified. She's got a whole section on people slagging her off, and people are like trying to drag her name through the mud because she dares to be different and dares to say things that like the sort of mainstream don't agree with. So she doesn't like psychiatry because it's not necessarily rooted in much evidence, and people are given, harmful, throughout the history women have been given, you are hysterical, so we're going to do really weird shit to you and lobotomize you. It's like anyway, so this doctor thought, this psychiatrist who couldn't critically think about somebody with an opposing view, wrote that, you can read it.
Yeah.
And she complained to the GMC, the General Medical Council. I think that's what it's called. And he is free. He hasn't been struck off. He hasn't really been reprimanded. He's just got like a warning for 2 years.
Yeah.
And this guy is free to work with other women in his practice. And it's horrifying.
Yeah.
So what do they have to do?
Yeah, it was literally the question that rattles around my brain is, what do they have to do? I mean, we covered the story last week of the doctor that raped a woman in her home.
Yeah.
And
the doctor that didn't get kicked out of university for raping another doctor.
Yeah. And he wasn't, he retained his license too because he didn't do it to a patient. It was just a random woman. So that shouldn't impact his ability to be a doctor.
Yeah.
This is the thing. When people show you who they are, surely that has to come under some kind of oath that he takes as a medical practitioner.
I know.
To go and say things like that. Yeah, just a warning.
The amount of misogyny that Jessica Taylor and her wife get. It's horrendous.
I'm not surprised.
For men and
women. You have
women.
to send me the website. I'll see if I'm on there. Have I? I've upset the men enough to warrant my own page.
Well, you do have people do YouTube videos about you, so that's quite exciting.
They do, yes, they do. Found two, didn't I? Found two last week. That's brilliant.
Yeah, fun times. So
yes, I still haven't had the hordes of people.
No, he told you to be nice. He told his followers to not come and attack you. So
yes, all three of them,
and two of them were me and you.
Yeah,
probably one was him checking this up there.
Yeah, so someone overestimated their own popularity.
Oh, okay, Willow's writing. They don't have ethical standards that they have to abide by, ? It reminds me of many police who just got put on paid leave after committing crimes and then they can go back to work.
Yes. I can't see that.
You have a police story today. Have you clicked on the comments, not the private chat?
No, I've clicked on comments. Oh, no, there it is. Maybe it just takes a minute to come through. Yes, we have the police on the list again.
Yeah.
So what rating are we giving the doctor?
5.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he has so much power over
and it's not even him.
vulnerable people.
It's the GMC as well. They're all complicit in this
Yeah.
if they don't take action, and then they'll all come out and talk about how committed they are to women's safety.
Yeah.
And
surely this
blah,
is against
blah,
the trust he works for's values.
I mean,
How is this not gross misconduct?
yeah, other people have been sacked for far less.
I know.
It's crazy. Okay. Oh, this one. Mel Gibson. I don't know if anyone's been following the story. So Trump, or look, I can't say for absolute definite, but
Rumor has it.
This is the district attorney that makes the decision. So the previous district attorney was asked to return Mel Gibson's gun license, which he lost after he was found to be a potential risk because of domestic violence. It's pretty standard in America. If you have accusations with evidence and you are deemed to be a potential risk, you will not be able to get a firearms license.
It depends which part of America you are, because some of them just give them out, like, to 18-year-olds, like, happy birthday, here's your gun. So
yeah. And yes, so the previous district attorney said no, refused the request to say, I don't see any evidence to suggest that he sits outside of the current guidelines, and so refused. The next day, she went into work to be met by security guards who told her that she had been fired and to clean out a desk. Now, she's not saying that it was a direct result. She just says
correlation does not equal causation, but
that's funny timing.
Yes,
obviously
timing.
She was replaced and the new one granted the license. Now, for those that don't know, I'm going to play you a recording of a voicemail of a conversation that he had with his ex-wife. Oh, it's not going to play, is it? Hang on a sec.
He's just like, we definitely need somebody to come and press buttons.
Yeah. Let me just find the right video. I think it's like when I add it beforehand, it doesn't work. But if I add it again,
my side of the head. I'll put you in a rose garden, you. You understand that? Because I'm capable of it.
Trump's DOJ just restored Mel Gibson's access to guns after he lost it in 2011 due to a domestic violence conviction for beating his ex-girlfriend, Oksana Grigorieva, and their 1-year-old daughter. He pleaded guilty to battery after admitting to hitting Grigorieva and got off without any jail time.
You almost killed us, did you forget? You're gonna answer. One day, boy, you're gonna answer.
I should have woke you up and said, blow me. I'll burn the goddamn house down. But blow me first. If you get by a pack of it'll be your fault.
A 1996 law requires...
I don't think we need to hear anymore.
He's horrible. I knew it happened, but I hadn't listened to that.
Yeah. Yes. And he was found guilty. And at any other ordinary person would not have had their license restored. But this is what we're saying is the Trump administration. Of course, he's a big supporter of Trump, and
yes, he is.
Donated lots of money. So
is
Trump
he not on one of the weird kind of him, Sylvester Stallone, and John Voight or something, like to go and restore Hollywood or whatever, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. And please tell me again how this is the president that is finally putting women first. You listen to that really annoying White House video from all those women.
I can't get that out. I honestly can't get that out of my head. It's like, dude, turkeys, Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, just because you are like identifying with the actual oppressor doesn't mean you're going to be saved.
Yeah. So Trump just seems to be going around and just looking after his mates that have given him money and doing them favors.
Yeah.
And that, that is not a man who is completely emotionally stable and so I'm not sure who we issuing that to Mel Gibson, or are we issuing that to the DOJ or
America.
America?
11 billion. Next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
God.
know what? Someone commented on a post today trying to talk about how like America wouldn't allow this. But I was like, I don't think we should be holding America up as any kind of example when it comes to women's safety.
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
so how much are we giving America for this one?
Infinity.
Sorry to any Americans out there who are with us on this. Infinity. Okay. Here we go. The second, it's always like the second video, isn't it? Our scoring just goes completely out the window.
No, I know. It's just it's the slide. It's the gradual slide into. I've seen a couple of posters like all of a sudden we're not going to get a bell ring, or there's going to be an announcement on the Wall Street Journal to say we're actually physically, this is now fascism. Now this is like that.
Yeah.
It's the slide. It's not even subtle.
No, I mean, there's the stuff this week about, Trump has said if the UK don't reverse its laws that are protecting people from hate speech, that they're not going to you know what I mean? It's like trying to blackmail us into.
Oh yeah, and we're not allowed to trade with China now, and we have to be on. It's like,
Oh
and then
my
we have to
God.
accept their nasty food as well. It's like, no.
I have to say it though, China's there's a few things. There's a few things I'm not with China on, especially some of the stuff around forced births and shit. But their response to this week, I fucking loved it.
James keeps running in, showing me videos. It's really, it's like
the guy that was just like, we don't care. He was like, we were here for 5,000 years and the US wasn't here for that. We're going to be fine. We don't care. And I'm like, and then you look at the numbers as well in terms of how much more America relies on China than China relies on America. So yeah, their whole attitude to this, not even trying for diplomacy, they're just like, fuck off, we don't care. I'm so here for that energy. Anyway. Yeah.
But yes, obviously China is and has been problematic.
Yes. I'm not saying like China are amazing or anything, but that in particular, I have very much enjoyed seeing a big
somebody standing up to them. Yeah.
Respond like that and not be bullied. All right. On to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as if this woman has not suffered enough.
Yep. So Giselle Pellicot is suing Parimatch because their journalists have been hiding in bushes and taking pictures of her.
I mean,
like, just
talk
leave
about
her alone.
Talk about continue to traumatize the woman. Like, if she needs right now to feel like she is in control of her life
and safe,
she gets to say, and they feel safe.
And who takes photos of her is one of those things that should be like, obviously within her control.
Yes, but again, good for her for just going. I'm going to fucking see you. She's like, she's got some moxie, this woman. Mm-hmm. And I'm here for the moxie. Also, this is quite an important, potentially it's quite an important case as well, because this does speak to privacy of well-known people. And I think so many celebrities have to deal with this kind of crap on a daily basis.
Yep.
And I don't think it's right that just because you're in the public eye, you're not entitled to any privacy whatsoever. So yeah, good for her for suing, but shame on you. Was it Parry Match?
Yeah,
I probably just butchered that, but yeah, shame on you for doing that.
Yeah,
and the photographers, just shame on you all.
Yep, you suck.
You do suck. So the press, or just Parry Match. Let's go with the press. They're all at it.
Yeah.
What are we giving them?
I literally went down the hall like it's all Piers Morgan's fault, and I just need to get over. Yeah. Need to get over that.
I blame Piers Morgan as well. I think it's all his fault. We can blame him. He is annoying.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Well, I think we should give him a 4.
Yeah.
It's not the most horrendous thing we're going to be covering this week, but it's just
No.
really, really annoying.
I know. And it's just she's been through enough. Can we not just collectively agree just to let her be?
Yes. Okay. Oh, this one. I'm going to play a little bit and then give you the background. Oh, no.
Not.
Let me.
Technology's like, no, I refuse to let you play this.
Yeah, you're not allowed. Okay, here we go.
Help stopping this man from tormenting SA and grape victims. This is Bobby G0313, and he's planning on running for Congress in the El Paso area in 2026. He's also a moderator for Don Lemon. And in his spare time, he hunts down SA victims on this app and torments them. He finds out everything that there is to know about these victims, including the victim's full name and the victim's location. He takes any of the information that he finds on the victim, and he takes her story, and he makes a police report to the local police without the victim's permission. And then after he does that, he goes and he finds the perpetrator, and he reaches out to the perpetrators, and he connects with them. And if all of that wasn't bad enough for you, he then goes on to his live and he name drops the perpetrator without the victim's permission. The reason I know this is because he's done this to me.
So I won't play it because it's quite a long video. So what this guy is he is doing is not for the victims. So his whole thing is he hates women who talk about their attack on social media. As far as he's concerned, if there's not a guilty verdict, you shouldn't be talking about it. So what he does is he gathers as much information as he can, and he will go and report your crime to the police on your behalf in order to force an investigation and force a trial. Because in his mind, he's like, unless that person's been found guilty, you shouldn't be talking about it because it ruins men's lives. In her situation, she'd already made a police report. And then she ended up joining into his live to basically say, like, why have you done this? The police have told me that you've submitted this report. And he said, unless you're willing to take it to trial, you shouldn't be out here talking about it and ruining men's lives. Turns out he'd also contacted the perpetrator, and on that same live was saying to her, I think you're just mad that the relationship ended. I think you're just mad that you broke up and there was no attack. So this is what he's doing. This
is what you do with your life, like, really, seriously.
Yeah, because also because we know that obviously, so many accusations end up in court and end up with a guilty verdict, but he's just like, you can't be out here talking about saying that you've been raped if there isn't a guilty verdict. So he's trying to shut women down by going and reporting to the police. And obviously for some of these women, they're not safe. They're not, they haven't made police reports because they're not safe to do so. So I just think we
will find out in a second how not safe they are to do so.
Yeah. So I just think it's the most hideous thing.
And he's running for office of some description.
Yeah. Yeah. Running for Congress, not Congress. Yeah. Yeah. Some local Congress thing. Oh. It's just so exhausting.
Mm-hmm. It's like whack-a-mole, isn't it? Just
yeah, it is. It is like whack-a-mole. Yes. Yeah. But he pretends like
them.
Yes. We do it verbally. We do it verbally on here.
I know, but women's words are violence. Just remember that.
Yes, feelings are the same as lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, like we've sort of said, we're proud misandrist. If that's what that means, if having opinions and hating some of the things that men do to women is misandry, then call me misandrist. I could not care less.
When I was in Bristol this week doing a talk, I don't know why I got onto it, but in the middle of my talk, I just mentioned that we have been accused of these things, and our band name is the Feminist Maniacs. And I was like, oh, I don't know why I got onto it, but in the middle of my talk, I just mentioned that we have been accused of these things, and our band name is the Feminist Maniacs. And I was like, oh, I don't know why I got onto it, but in the middle of my talk, I just mentioned that we have been accused of these things, and our band name is the Feminist Maniacs. It's just
Yeah. First album title, The Misandrists.
We should do it anyway.
We totally should.
You've got a
We
good
totally
singing
should.
voice. Yeah.
Nobody wants to listen to that.
Auto-tune.
That's a good point, actually. Yes, auto-tune.
Yeah.
Make
Everyone
it
can
sound
sing
like
now.
angels.
Yes. Like not the screechy ones.
Do you know what? There's a whole I don't know who exactly is behind it, but I'll share it with you afterwards. Somebody made a whole album of like girly pop using AI to generate the whole thing. And they did it by sort of analyzing conversations and stuff online and talking about how, you know, it's aimed at sort of teeny boppers. Some of the lyrics to these songs are like, they will blow your mind. I think there's one that's just like, all we want is cocaine and champagne or something. But like,
yes.
yeah, but like sung in like really high pitched, like almost like K-pop kind of style songs. But the whole album is AI generated, and I'm like, is that what AI thinks? Like young adult women want? But yeah, it's so funny if you listen to it, and it is all of it's AI. Okay, so men fake reporting or fake concern for victims.
A million.
Yeah.
Go and meet your friend. Well, this is it. Go and
Get
meet
a
your
fucking
friends.
job, man. Get a job.
Yeah. Go for a walk. Go and touch some grass. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yes. So, and this is what happens when women do report. This is not new, but just another incident of it.
No.
Tell us what happened then, Michelle.
West Yorkshire police officer, as a detective constable, which is quite high in the police.
Yeah.
Chap called Simon Sewell has been, he would have been sacked, but I think he resigned instead. But yeah, he was sharing a picture, like a photograph of a complaint of somebody who went to report a rape, and he was just like, look at her, you know, as if type of thing to his girlfriend at the time, and she so that came, but then he's done loads. There's like loads of different, so like, you know, murder scenes. He was sharing photos, and this has happened a lot.
Yeah, there was a whole group chat, wasn't there, of male police officers that were sharing. There was a whole group chat of male police officers that were sharing images of dead women.
Yeah.
What was this, last year or the year before?
Yeah.
So women who were in car crashes or whatever, and they were taking pictures of them at the scene and sharing it in a group chat.
Yeah. So even when, you know, people are dead or they've been attacked, it's like, why?
Still no dignity.
No.
There was something in the report about he'd shared it publicly as well. He'd shared a picture of a woman publicly, like I think maybe on social media. Let me just have a quick look, see if I can find the article now.
That was his girlfriend. He put some nudes up on social media about her without her consent. So
Jesus,
these are the types of people you do not want to have to go to when you're having the worst days of your life, or when your life is over. Let's face it. It's like, these aren't the people that you want to go after, the people who've done bad things to you.
Yeah. So this is who we're supposed to trust with our stories. Yeah. So what are we giving? This story or the police?
It's like,
I feel a bit bad because I know there are some really bloody.
I know my brain went that way. It's like,
I do, but it just seems like there's so many of these stories, and I just feel like they're not
every week that we don't even put them in as well.
Yeah, it just. Anyway, well, let's just do this person, this man.
Put him in the bin.
So yeah. All right, that's it. Then he's just got binned. Got binned.
Just put him in the bin.
Okay, that actually brings us to the end of our. That brings us to the end of our WTF segment.
No, so now on time.
It's because we had one less, because I didn't realise until we'd started that I had 2 FAFOs instead of 1. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, and it was too late to go and find the video and stuff and bring it in. So we had 5.
That's cool, because then we've got 3 FAFOs. One's not really a FAFO. My one is just mean, but it's fine. That's okay. I'm good with mean.
Yeah. And I think we're going to round off with that one. So who are we crowning Cretin of the week? I think it was America. America, yes.
Honestly, I've got so many American friends and they are not okay at the moment.
No, they're really not. All right, well, let's give them something to giggle about then.
Yep.
So there's a preacher in the US called Joel Webben. We have featured him on here several times. More than once. And he runs an evangelical church. He's one of the architects of Project 2025.
Yep.
And he has a lot to say. He's the one that said that women shouldn't occupy any kind of public office. They shouldn't be on podcasts. They should be able to vote, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he organised a conference, part of his church. And as part of that, he organised a singles night. And guess what?
I know what happened.
Couldn't get any women to sign up. So let's just see what he had to say about not having women signed up. Now, the video is of a woman who has stitched it, and if you don't follow this woman, go follow her. She's absolutely brilliant. Oh, for crying out loud!
Oh, potty mouth Pollyanna. I'm sold. Just the name.
Yeah. I just love her. She is brilliant. Let's get this video up.
Delicious. A Christian nationalist group had a conference and they were having a singles night. Turns out singles nights in Gilead just aren't real enticing to the ladies.
We actually have room for 5 more single women who are 25 years or older so that they can come and join us both at the conference and for the singles event that will be taking place at the conference. We are hoping to fill up our singles event. And finding godly Christian single women has been, I'll just say, much more difficult than finding godly Christian single men.
Do you know what he said? Finding godly Christian single women has been far more difficult than finding godly Christian single men.
Because we've read the book and watched the series.
Yes. It just brought me so much joy. He's like, guess what? Women don't want to come. They don't want to come to your church. They don't want to meet your members. Then that's not what they're looking for.
No. It's like,
yes, it just...
There's a lot of, you mentioned that really weird video that the White House put out with all of the real women on it.
Yes.
And it's like, even those women, there's a line.
Yeah. Well, this thing, according to him, even those women shouldn't be out in public speaking. Like, he doesn't want to see women in the government. He doesn't want to see them on podcasts. He doesn't think that they should be in the public arena. But yes, yes, him not getting his single women to show up. I was like, well, fuck around and find out, Joel. This is what happens when you start telling women what to do. And you know what they say? If women were supposed to be submissive and follow men, we wouldn't have to spend so much time trying to convince them.
Exactly.
They just would.
Yeah, this is the same week that we find out that the women in Afghanistan are only allowed to see out of one eye now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's
I had a massive rant about that this morning to James, and it's just like, this guy, he doesn't belong in America. He belongs in one of, that country.
Yeah, I feel like that's where he'd be happier.
Yeah.
obviously the woman there wouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You know, obviously we come on here every week and we talk about this stuff and we bring examples forward. And you know, while our environment isn't perfect, you know, our country isn't perfect, we still have things that we are trying to push back against.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think, you know, we do appreciate that we are able to sit up here with a microphone and create content and say what we think without fear for our lives. Yeah, without risk. And I think when we see, and I think what's happening to women around the world is part of why we do what we do. It isn't just for us. It isn't just for women who are like us. It's to give a voice to women who can't speak, who can't, you know, advocate for their freedoms, and to raise awareness of all of that stuff.
1000%.
Yeah. So
what's your next one?
Okay, let me just add in the last one then, because there was something about this that I just really enjoyed. Let me see if I can find the right video.
I think we should train Lorna up to do this.
Yes,
in the background.
Because he said I was dumb, right?
Hang on.
Can we go back to I just checked, because he said I was dumb, right? For like bringing up the fact that dictionaries don't necessarily know how to define words.
Well, you don't want to run this point, Kobe. You don't want to run this point.
No, I actually do. I
promise you don't, bro. I promise.
Trust me. I feel like he doesn't know who I am. So if we go to Oxford dictionaries,
oh my God.
They themselves say that their dictionary is descriptive, and they don't even know. So they say, how do you know what a word means? Oxford itself is saying we don't always know. And they see that their dictionaries are descriptive and not prescriptive. In other words, when they're defining a word, they combine their understanding of how it is used currently within language with an analysis of resources such as Oxford English Corpus.
That boy Dean getting big.
And then when we do go to Merriam-Webster, I don't know why you're laughing. When we go to Merriam-Webster,
people laugh when they lose.
Yeah. So when they go to Merriam-Webster, they also say the same thing. Right? They see that Merriam-Webster is a descriptive dictionary, and that it aims to describe and indicate how words are actually used within English. Generally, the descriptive approach does not dictate how words should be used or set forth rules of correctness, unlike a prescriptive approach. So I was actually right? When it comes to the word racism, the dictionary definition that you just used is a descriptive definition. And when it comes to descriptive definitions, they aim to record how language is used in everyday life and not how it ought to be used or understood in a scholarly, legal, or activist context. So a basic dictionary may define racism as just prejudice or discrimination based on race, which reflects common usage, but it actively fails to include systemic power, historical context, or institutionalized inequality. So that would be like describing a tornado as a bit of wind. Technically, that's true, but it's wildly insufficient, Q-Top, right?
Hey, Q-Top.
I just, that listener was just heard her voice and was like, I'm right. Oh my God, it was so stupid. Like, women are just so dumb. The way she just calmly... She schooled that man. She schooled that man.
It's like my brain was going, that boy, that child. But yeah.
Yes, that boy, that child. So yes, I did. Because again, when I first started watching the video, I was like, where is she going with this?
I know, I was thinking like, yeah.
Yeah, who's the fafo? But yes, she 100% schooled that man. And I'm so here for that energy. I'm so here for it.
I know. That was beautiful. Thank you.
It was.
Yes.
And then we get to the crowning glory, the part that it's not really a fafo, it's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, so like last week, my contribution was Boris getting bitten by an ostrich, which,
yes,
so I think that my
men who deserve it
could be like men hurting themselves by accident, or something funny happening. So is it Schadenfreude? The German, like laughing at somebody else's misfortune, which is not the best thing for, karma, but Anyway, I'll take the karma kit.
I think karma will forgive us in this instance. All right, let's play the video.
And so it's been really, really incredible. So yeah, it's been really, really incredible. It's been really, really incredible. It's been really, really incredible with our audience.
If you don't know, that's Jeff Bezos rushing to the capsule to open it, falling flat on his face.
And so it's been really, really incredible. So yeah, it's been really, really incredible. It's been really, really incredible. It's been.
I can watch that all day long.
Yes, that's just mean.
So
but funny.
But you know, terrible people falling over on national TV. I'm just here for it. I'm here for it. Call me petty. I don't care.
Didn't
Karma,
talk about
come
that
get me.
scenario. Yeah, whatever.
Oh no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Do you know what? Actually, I did share a post about the whole space thing and about how fucking stupid it was. But then Erin Gallagher, founder of Hype Women, she put a post out, and I actually changed my mind because she was just like, "Can women not just do stupid shit as well? Like, do we all have to pile on?" And go, oh, like it's done nothing for women. There are stupid people who do stupid things. Does everything that women do?
Perry married dead Russell Brand, so we can give her all the passes at this point. She can do what she wants. Have at it.
I did see someone. There was obviously the interview part. When someone said to her, she was like, "There's just so much love in the world. Just so much love." Somebody wrote a comment underneath saying, "Imagine saying 'I do' to Russell Brand, and that's not the most stupid thing you've ever said in your life." And I was like, "That actually." The thing is, though, Katy Perry has a rich history of completely getting it the fuck wrong. Like she really does. Almost every time she opens her mouth, something stupid comes out. So, yes, and actually, some of the other women that were on the shuttle were actually pretty fucking impressive people. It's just they just ended up focusing on the two women who wanted to talk about how they're taking glam to space and go, "Oh my god, am I like an astronaut now?" No, no, you're not. So yes, but we chose not to talk about that today.
No,
and I decided I would let it go. Let stupid people do stupid things. It doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
No.
So thank you, Erin Gallagher, for schooling me on that one before I got all outraged.
No, I don't know where I have been. I literally didn't even hear it was happening until like the day. I was like,
"Yeah, no, I didn't either."
And then I get a message from one of my besties, and she's like, "Oh my god, have you seen this?" I was like, "No." And then I got curious, and then I just thought, you know what? The only sort of slight niggle I have is how much shit did Taylor Swift get for flying around?
Oh, if she'd been in that capsule, she would have been crucified.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely crucified. Yeah. Don't tell me she wouldn't if she'd been in that capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any excuse to go after her. The Queen.
Yeah. The Queen. Our Lord.
Yeah, when we're feeling sad, we just put it on.
To say that today.
I know. Well,
I did last week. Last week we were just like, we're just going to watch the Pretty Lady dance. We're just going to watch. We both put on the Eras Tour movie. After last week's episode, we're like, let's just watch the Pretty Lady dance. That's it. That's all we're doing for the rest of the day. Yeah. Yes, so this is it. This brings us to the end of WTF, Women Talking Facts. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope we haven't sent you off feeling mad at the world. Just checking the comments. It's really nice that we had people join live today, actually, because we weren't sure if we would, given the
next people are on holidays.
Good Friday. And we're doing it through LinkedIn. But, like everyone else, we all check LinkedIn on our days off.
No, it's like, is anything interesting happening?
Yeah. And welcome, Stacey. Is this your first listen, Stacey? I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Catherine, I think.
Oh, yes. Catherine's joined before. I think Catherine's joined before, yes. And Willow's our trusty faithful. She comes nearly every week.
Thank
you. Thank you ever so much, yes. Thank you ever so much for joining and for chipping in and giving us your comments. And we hope you have an amazing weekend and get some downtime and stuff your faces with chocolate and stuff and eat all the food. And we shall see you next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, same time, 10:30. All right, see you later.
Bye.